Hey folks, welcome along. And today I'd like to share with you a principle that we believe in and we encourage other people to take on board and practice in their daily lives. And is this: you are your own business card. You are your own business card. And what I mean by that is this: when you go to a meeting or an event, you're meeting someone perhaps for the first time, maybe it's a client, and you present them with your business card, that person is highly unlikely to remember any of the details that are written down on the card. However, what they will remember is the person that they met. In other words, you. You see, first impressions do count. Even before you open your mouth, we're genetically programmed to assess individuals that we meet on a number of fronts. Is this person a friend or are they a foe? Is this person to be embraced or are you likely to have to fight them? You see, it's everything to do with our demeanor, our posture, our stance, how we present ourselves, the way we look, the way we dress. All of those things put together these signals that people will assess instantly as soon as they meet you. Is this person confident or are they timid? Is this person trustworthy or maybe they're just a little bit dodgy? Is this person a warrior or are they a weakling? Because if we can't make those assessments, our very survival may have depended on getting that right. You also make these assessments when it comes to people's health, and you can tell instantly just by the clarity and brightness of their eyes, the condition of their skin, their hair, their nails, their teeth, their breath, their size, their shape, their posture, the way they move. All of these things put together a picture that will tell you, is this person on top of their health game or are they struggling to keep up? Why is this relevant, particularly in business? Well, at senior levels in business, the conversation is changing. Recently, I was called into the office of the CEO of a large investment bank in London with whom we were working at the time. And he said to me, Tim, he said, I've just had to make an internal hiring decision from amongst my leadership team, and I thought you might be interested in what transpired. And he said, pretty much I was looking for somebody to take on the role of global head of the institutional equities division of the firm. Now, this is a major, major role. So I needed to be someone who was right on top of their game. And I had two candidates, both MDs of their separate divisions in the firm already. One of the guys, he said, was extremely overweight, 300 pounds, it's about 140 kilos. 300 pounds if he weighed an ounce, absolutely terrible diet, never saw him eat a vegetable or a piece of fruit. Diet was, the most exercise he got was walking to the vending machine to get a packet of chips and a can of Coke. But, he said, on paper, he was a brilliant performer. Absolutely pulled the numbers over and above expectation. Totally had his division running like a Swiss watch. Candidate B was pretty much the same on paper, but polar opposites in terms of his health behaviors. Always on top of his exercise games, totally on top of his nutrition, was fit, was in shape, was energized, was pedantic about his diet and about his exercise. And equally a top performer. So on paper, kind of the same. He said, so I had to make a decision one way or the other. Which way do you think I went? And I said, well, I could see where this was going. I said, well, you went with the fit guy, right? He said, yes, but not for the reasons that you may think. He said, you see, it came down to one important question. When I was interviewing the candidates separately, I said to candidate A, I said, if you have so clearly failed at looking after something as fundamentally important as your own health, how do you suppose you're going to look after my global division? And he had no answer for that. Now, he could have answered anything he liked and I would have listened and he could possibly have justified that quite happily, but he had no answer for that. You see, it wasn't about overweight. It wasn't about his diet. It wasn't about exercise. It wasn't about anything to do with that. It was totally about risk. Because this is a highly stressful position. It will stretch the candidate to their absolute limit. There will be a huge impact on their health, on their energy, on their immune system, on their resilience, on their recovery. And if there is a risk of that going wrong, of that candidate breaking down, that also presents a risk to the firm, to his colleagues, to the shareholders, to the clients, but most importantly, a risk to the individual themselves and to his family. He said, as CEO, I have corporate and social responsibility not to expose my people to anything that could be regarded as dangerous, something putting them into a position, for example, that they physically, mentally, or emotionally could not cope with without giving them the tools to do so. So I made the decision and gave the position to the candidate most likely to survive. Folks, you are your own business card. Your health, your well-being says everything about you. How you present, the energy, the brightness of eye, your posture, your stance, your engagement, everything about you says everything about you. You are your own business card. Next time you meet somebody for the first time, ask yourself this question: what is it in me that they see? Something to think about. I'm Tim. Thanks for watching. See you next time.